everybody, and welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. This is an N55 B30 compound turbo straight 6 that I recently picked up out of a junkyard. We'll go over all of that in just a moment. Before we do, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like if you enjoy this type of content. Also, make sure to check us out on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is the middle of December, it's super windy, and I am here picking up an engine out of an e70 X5. Well, this one here has about 130,000 miles on it. I think the last time it was reported was about a year before it was crashed at like 120 something thousand miles. And I apologize if you're hearing a lot of wind noise. I won't be doing a lot of recording today, mostly time lapse. So I'll put you inside the car for just a second, which is completely destroyed. So yeah, I'm gonna pop the hood. The hood did have a cable issue, which is kind of good because I think it kept people out from underneath there. The only reason I know how to open these because I work in auto body and we get a lot of wrecked cars where the hoods are stuck. So I know how to open this up. We'll get this popped open, and then today I'm gonna try to get the engine ready to pull, and then tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, I'll actually pull it with a few family members and whatnot to try to get some help, because I have to wheel it from here like all the way over to the gate, which is kind of annoying. All right, here we are, day 2, and the engine's almost out. The only thing we're really fighting is the fact that you can't like remove the power steering rack very easily on this car. You kind of have to like slide it out through the sides or drop the subframe. Yeah, we're getting really close. The engine's separated from the transmission. We just ran out of time yesterday, and look at today. This is a window because the weather said that it's supposed to be really crappy tomorrow. So this is our window of opportunity to get this thing out of here. Just so everybody knows, I'm recording this on December 20th. No snow, beautiful blue skies. In fact, I might have to take a layer off because I'm already getting hot. And I didn't do anything but open the hood, which was giving us issues. I've had to fight the hood every single time. And then once this is out of the car, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I don't care after that. Just need to get this out of here. So at this point, we're just trying to figure out how much maintenance we want to do before we put this in the car. The goal for all of this would be to have new everything. Set this car up brand new. So this is in and out of tie rods, all your suspension, control arms, thrust arms, sway bar and link, I mean, you name it, replace it, check the suspension out, and the same thing for the engine, all new gaskets. But the real question is, how far into this engine do I want to get into? Do we want to take it all the way down to the block, have it remachined and put it back together? I haven't quite decided yet what to do. All right, so let's go over the pricing on all this. I got the engine, the turbo, and the transmission for $498. So basically $500, which is a fifth of what just an engine cost on eBay. So today we're gonna finish getting the flywheel and the torque converter off this engine. I'll get it onto the engine stand. And then I just kind of want to show everybody what this engine looks like. And I want to talk about one thing I've noticed on both this engine and the other engine. And I don't know if it's just the cars I happen to have here or if everybody's is doing this. It might be a PSA, what I'm about to say, on something that I have noted. That, or it's something that everybody else has known about and I just didn't know it because I don't know this particular engine or this particular car. But we'll go over all that here in just a moment. All right, here is where we're gonna leave off on the video. I just wanted to get the valve cover off and show everybody that whoever drove this car before at least did their oil. I obviously have no idea about any other maintenance, but the top end looks pretty clean. And I also wanted to show off that there is no damage right here between the camshaft, the cap, and the seat. Here's what the ones out of the car look like. And obviously that's no good. So, like I said, good thing is that somebody at least did their oil changes at some point, enough to keep this clean and at least keep oil up in the top end. The other thing I wanted to do today was pull off the turbo, which is over here, and I wanted to inspect that. So we have the turbo here, and I will get this so that we can see inside. So here we are, and there is no play, and it is not locked up. Feels really good. We'll go to the other side real quick. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to see down in there. All my flashlights are dead, but there is no play, and it spins. So both sides of the turbo look good. There was oil in it, which means the turbo wasn't starved, which again is good because I'm pretty sure that the turbo in this car has been starved just based on, you know, seeing the top end in the condition it's in. So one more thing I want to talk about before we leave is, if you look here at cylinders 5 and 6, what is up with all this corrosion? And cylinders 1, 2, 3, 4 don't have it. And look at 5 and 6. And both the coil packs and the spark plugs were just covered in it. The coil packs fell apart. I had to use needle nose pliers to get them out of there. So what's up with this? Why is it doing that? And not only that, but the engine in here, same thing. I'm not going to dig it out. I've got a bunch of plastic covers over it. But both engines had corrosion here, cylinders 5 and 6. I haven't done any research on this. I don't know if this is like a known issue, like, oh yeah, every E70 or all the X3s and the X5s or something. I don't know if it's like it's getting water, you know, from the cowl onto the engine or something. But I just wanted to point that out. I have no idea what's going on with this. Don't know if it's a recall. Don't know if it's a common issue. Maybe I just got two engines that happen to have it, but very weird. I thought that was super interesting to point out. So thanks everybody so much for watching. We'll continue to tear this down as we go along. I really appreciate it, and we'll see everybody in the next video.
Bam!